to now. This is very good. Now, if you have been able to rate yourself today, the direction is that if you are rating yourself at 70, then it means you have to do more. Are we here?
Yes.
If we are rating ourselves at 80, it still means that there is a lot more we can do to get to 100 or 95. But don't worry if you are not even up to 50. Why? Because we all have individual differences. That is what we have not identified. That maybe I'm good with speaking, but I'm not good with writing. I'm good with math, but I'm not good in science. I'm good in manufacturing or creating things. I can sit down and then put ideas together and I can make a desk. That is what I'm good at. And so today I want you to understand that if you are not doing well in the mock, or if you've not done well in the mock, it shouldn't break you down. It should rather encourage you to do more. And remember, this is the foundation. Is that clear? All right. And so let's come to answering the English paper. And so we are writing English on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
It's no longer on Monday as it's used to. When I get my paper, what is the first thing I have to do? Okay, I'm excited. Some came with books, some came with their faces, just to look. And so those are the books. I want you to write, those are our books. Don't get out, don't go anywhere. Nobody can get it out. Those were books. I want you to give me an outline. How are you going to tackle the question when you enter the examination room? When you see your essay question, how will you tackle it? Let's do this. If your friend is having a book, you can just discuss. It's going to serve as a refresher. So we are looking at the composition. How will you tackle the composition? How will you tackle the composition? Alright. Oh, yes, so this is class. Okay. Alright. Let me see yours. And then we can generalize. Let me see yours. All right. other? 4. Any other? Any other? 4. Okay. So we are going to see 4 parts. Right? We are going to see the grammar or the letters and structure. We will see the composition. We will see the comprehension. And we will see the literature. And so how many parts? 4. Now with the paper 2, when we see it, we have options to start with the literature first, or the comprehension first, or the composition. You have the option to choose which one to start with, but all within 1 hour, 10 minutes. All within how many minutes?
1 hour, 10 minutes.
Okay, so 1 hour is 90 minutes, 60 minutes.
Yes.
So all within 70 minutes. So within 70 minutes, you are expected to finish your paper 2. How do you apportion the time? The examiner will not tell you that use 10 minutes. Use 15 minutes for this, and use 20 minutes for that. And so today, I want you to plan and apportion your time. Please, have you given them the time frame for you? No.
Actually, I'm not the one taking the
Oh, okay.
teacher is not.
Okay. Did your teacher teach you?
No.
No. Okay. And so, let's assume that we are going to use 30, 10. Let's assume that we are going to use 30, 10. Why are we using 30, 10? Because that is the marks each of them carry. So literature carries only 10 marks, comprehension carries 30 marks, and composition also carries how many marks? 30 marks. And so you have to apportion your time well when you sit in the examination room. You don't spend all the time, because I've seen students spending all the time on the composition, leaving the comprehension, leaving the literature, and when the time is almost up with, that's when they start to do the other. Sit straight, all of you, hands on the table, tummy in, chest out. I only gave an introduction, and it's a talk. Thank you. And so I'm giving you the times that we can apportion when we are answering our questions. And if we are using, let's start with the comprehension, with the composition, since that's the first that we're going to see. In tackling the composition, the first thing you do is what your friends have done, or what you've written, to read through. Of course, you can't just pick your pen and your paper and start work when you are not sure of the question you want to answer. And so after you've got your paper and you filled all the rubrics, all the areas that needs to be filled, then start work. You don't just start because they told you a letter to your friend is coming, and so you are writing a letter to your friend. No. A formal letter is coming, and so you are writing a formal letter. No. The first thing I want to encourage you to do is take your time. Use a pencil. Open to the back of your answer booklet and try and come out. You've been introduced to topic sentences, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So for each of the questions, look at the possible 2 that you think you can answer. Out of the possible 2, within the 30 minutes, you are to use at least 3 minutes to come up with the topic sentences for the 2 possible questions you wish to answer. So if you decide to write a formal letter, that requires how many addresses? 2 addresses. That requires a salutation and a heading. That requires a catchy introduction. That requires a body. That then your conclusion, and the subscription that goes with a signature and your full name, and yours faithfully, not your friend, not yours ever. Let's just take to yours faithfully. We can all spell yours faithfully, right?
Yes.
So at this point, we should know what we are going to write when we see a formal letter. And that is with our addresses, with our salutation, with our heading, and with our subscription. We should know what we are going to write. Are we here?
Yes.
Are you sleeping?
No.
Is the driver moving very fast?
No.
Anybody want to be on the way?
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Alright. So let's go on. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. When I finish, I'll ask questions. And so, as I've stated earlier, you should look at least 2 possible questions that you wish to answer. Now, out of the 2 possible questions, ask yourself these 2 questions. Which of them can I answer better? Within 3 minutes, you should come up with the main points. If you decide to write a story, then what are the things that you need to write the story? Yes, you. And then give me your name. Precious. Okay, what are the things you need for your competition? A story, sorry. Sit down. Title, what else? Heading. That's my head on. Same thing, Precious. Alright. So let's do a quick recap. That's why I'm here today. And so when you decide to write a story, you need a setting. You need your plot. You need your characters. And so before you write the story, you have to write setting. Where is my story going to center on? Is it going to be a school setting? Am I going to write about a school girl in a boarding school? Or I'm going to write about a stubborn girl in a village? Am I going to write about a family of billionaires who are in Tema Town? Or I'm going to write about a girl who lives around the kiosk estate? That is your setting. And so you should have that in mind. You should know the characters, and we know the characters already. The girl, the rich, the village man, or whoever becomes our character that we want to use. The plot. Sequentially, what incident will come after the other? You have to know all that. And so you don't just pick the paper and you're writing a story. That is the problem that we see in your papers. Hello.
Hi.
It is not late at all. You still have about 4 days in school. If you have a challenge, see your teachers. If you are not ready for any of the essays, if at this point you don't know the essay type you want to answer, please go to Auntie after this. Tell her, Auntie, I don't know the paper I want to write, the kind of essay I want to write when it comes. And so plan for at least 2. Whether you are going to write a story or a letter. And if you are going to write a story, think about the story you want to write. And start preparing that story. It is not late. Let your friends read through that story for you. Hand it over to a teacher to vet it for you. And then take your time and rewrite it. We learn English. Some of you think we don't learn English. We do. Ask your teacher, she'll tell you. And so that is with a composition. Now, how many paragraphs do you need in your essay? Yes, gentlemen. What is your name? I want to know you. Of course you. Your name is what? Israel. Wow. Israel. That's your surname. That's your his name. That's his identity. All right, Israel, don't mind me. Okay, Israel. What was the question I asked you? It means you are paying attention. So how many paragraphs do you need? How many paragraphs do you need in your essay? Hey, Israel. How many paragraphs do you need? Hey, what a shock. Yes. 3. Hey. Okay, it's not late. We need 5 paragraphs. How many? 5. Hey, children of Ghana. Please, we need how many paragraphs? 5. How many? 5. Now, what will go into these 5 paragraphs? The first part of the paragraph is going to be what? Yes, my dear. That's fine. God bless you. So we need our introductory paragraph. Now, when we come to the component of the paragraph, okay, some will say that the paragraph has only 3 components: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So the introduction takes 1. Now the body, in there, you can be asked to state at least 3 challenges facing your community. And out of the 3 challenges, how many paragraphs do you need? 3 paragraphs. So you need 1, 2, 3. And then your concluding paragraph, which is 1. It is not late. What did I say?
It is not late.
It's going to be late when you're writing the paper. Yes. But now, you are privy to it. You know it now. So you need this, right? Remember that for the essay I'm going to write, I need at least 5 paragraphs. My introductory paragraph, my body, that is going to contain at least 3 paragraphs, and my concluding paragraph. The reason why your essays are usually scanty. Hey, what is air? What is scanty? What do you mean scanty? That's it. So the reason why our essays are usually less, the words are few, is because we don't know the number of paragraphs we have to write. That is 1. The second thing is that we don't know the things that should go into our paragraphs. That is 2. And the third one, we don't even know how to structure our paragraphs. It is not too late. And so your introduction paragraph, you know what's going in your introduction, right? You know, right?
Yes.
If you don't know, your teacher is here. Even though she's not the one handling you, she's available. She said you can come to her. Okay? And then she will help you. Now, the body will also depend on the kind of question you are answering. And the conclusion is going to be a summary of all the things that you discussed in your essay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me move on. Are you okay with that confession?
Yes.
Yeah, okay? All right. If you have, yes, my dear. Don't get up. Yes, that goes in the assembly. And so maybe you're writing a letter to your brother or your friend. Okay. And I just want to give a little gist about all the main things that you discuss in the essay. And then you add extend my greetings to Amma or your new friends. Yes, gentlemen. Oh, young lady, sorry.
Madam, so I think that speech writing also needs
Yes. Speech writing also needs 5 paragraphs. And also needs an introduction paragraph. And then the body. The main issues that you're going to talk about in the speech. Before the conclusion. Any other questions? Yes? Sit down.
Please, what about the salutation of a letter?
The salutation. For which one? Formal letter. Yes, and so after your conclusion, you just subscribe, okay? So we go.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Did you say salutation?
Yes,
Oh,
salutation.
okay. So subscription, then your name. So salutation. Now today I want you to learn what we call being specific. Being what?
Specific.
Being what?
Specific.
Don't go and write dear sir / madam.
Never.
Write only one. Based on the content of the question, if the examiner is telling you to write a letter to your father, to your uncle, to your district chief executive, and it has not been mentioned as to whether the district chief executive is a woman or a man, then you choose, no, I want him. You can sleep a little. Why? What is funny? That is the problem that we are yet to embrace. When a student is tired, you allow the person to rest. So you all want to rest. Okay, bye-bye. Yes, I'm so bring it to me.
Oh, nice.
Okay, my dear, you can rest a little, okay? That's right. Okay, are we done with your talking? Yes. How many bars on? Yes. You can write more than 5 paragraphs. We say at least. At the end of the day, all we are looking out for is your 250 words. Okay, and so you are stating a problem, you are proposing a solution. We have the main paragraph and the linking paragraph. And so out of the main paragraph, you can have a linking paragraph to support all the things that you've discussed in the main paragraph. Other questions also? If we have exhausted the questions on composition, now let's move on to comprehension. Okay, and so with the comprehension, what do we do? Now I sat down because the comprehension need requires that I sit down. When you get your paper, I saw in what your friends wrote, some wrote that they are supposed to read 3 times. Yeah, that's what your teacher taught you. Okay, it is not debatable. And so the first thing you do when you get your paper with the comprehension is what we call scanning. It's what we call scanning. Now what is scanning? So like you scan the paper, you just put the paper there and then they duplicate, right? They just, or on the computer. When it comes to scanning in comprehension, you are just to look out for what is in the text. And so quickly use your eyes to glance through and look at the question. Now, after you've used your eyes to glance through, now you take your time and skim. Take your time and do what? Skim. So you're going to skim, squeeze out all the information in the text. All the details in the text. Just like how we skim milk from the cattle. The cow? Is that about the cattle? Which one is the cattle? Cattle. We're not children. From the cow, you see the cow is skim for the milk to come out. The same way, when you are answering your comprehension, you have to skim for all the information in there. How do you do that? You take your time to read. After you've taken your time to read, now come to the question. And that is the third reading you are going to do. Come to the question. For every question, especially the first question, your answer can be found in the first paragraph. You will not? Then I'm done. Okay. So for every question, especially the first question, you can find your answer in the first paragraph. Some of the questions, can you hear me? Yeah. Some of the questions require answers that we call deductive. Answers we call what? Deductive. What is the meaning of deduct? Okay, subtract, what else? Remove from. Take away. And so.
Thank you. Yes,
Are you done talking? And so, when it comes to the deductive kind of question, you are required to just copy the answer and write it in an organized way. And so the question is asking, what happened to Kofi? Why was Kofi Babone sacked from the class? Chapter, meaning the chapter. Which chapter their question by using a pronoun? By using what?
a pronoun.
So you can decide to use the pronoun, either he, she, it, to replace the person that the question is requiring you to provide an answer for. So he was sacked because, or it is because. Don't start because Kofi was bad. It doesn't make sense. He was sacked because. It is because. I read good. Alright. Now, in one of the years, I think 2017, the chief examiner made a report on how students answer the question. And some just left it without reading. And so when you are deducting, when you are taking away your answers,